Good morning. It looks like y'all are in here, or at least a few people, and so I'm ready and we'll come up. I've got to get over here on the YouTube side and get this thing so that I can pull up chat, get the echo gone. Now when the chat pops up, I'll move it over, get back over on the other side, get everything set up. Come on, there you are. All right, I'll pop this out. How's everybody doing this morning? Good to see y'all. Even though I don't really see it, but it is good to see y'all. Here, there, everything all the way it should be. Oh, except I do gotta do copy. Paste that. Kay Titus, good morning. How are you, my friend? All right, we got that pinned. And anybody that is interested in coming up, you're absolutely welcome. Charles, good morning. Kane, good morning. All things silver. Let's see. EMR, good to see you. Sloppy, good to see you. Happy Tuesday, Kane Friday. We'll struggle through this today the best we can. Hey, Mr. K. Titus, it's a good way to start your day or end your day. I'm on today because Angel has a doctor's appointment today. I was planning on just taking Wednesdays, but she got a hold of me and asked me if we could switch days, and so I've got it for today. But I need to get out of here just a little bit early myself. So, okay, we started 20 minutes early or something. I'll probably end about 10 minutes early. I moved my doctor's appointment from 9 o'clock to 10:30, but it's a half an hour drive. So I'll probably have to close this thing down just a couple minutes early. But good morning, everybody. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning up here. And I don't have the weather I don't have any of that stuff for you guys to look things up. Sorry about that. I got my weather on my phone. What does it say about today? It says it's sunny right now, but it's going to get cloudy. Well, it is sunny right now, but it's going up to 80. And it's going to rain tomorrow morning. Well, I'll probably go down to the lake and go swimming this afternoon just for something to do. 7 Stacks, good morning. Happy to see you. But I don't believe that Angel will be coming in to join us because she has a doctor's appointment. I do have Dirty Minds to play. Somebody can come up and help with that if you want. I don't know how to pull up other stuff. So I'll do it on my phone like I've done in the past, but I'll get a random number picker. I didn't pull that up, so you gotta set this up now. Don't really think about things that much in advance. But, we'll go with a 12-sided die. Yeah. I kind of like that thing that JT had going on yesterday. Papa, good morning. We're gonna struggle through this thing today. And like I said, anybody is welcome to come up and help when we get on this. I'm not gonna start our game for a little bit I mean, first of all, I'm early. So most people aren't even gonna be looking until 8 o'clock. And there's 9 of us in here. Well, I guess maybe 10 with me, but I don't get to play the game. I get to read the cards. Yeah, that's fun. But if somebody wants to come when we get playing the game, if somebody wants to come up to help count, you would absolutely be welcome, and I'd be very grateful for it. I think Charles will do his normal go and stop thing. At any rate, don't really 7 stacks. Good morning. I don't really know what to even talk about this morning. I've been tying myself up mostly with looking at pictures of my grandbaby for the last few weeks. It's been the most important thing on my mind, or the most present thing on my mind, I guess. That and getting down to the lake and cooling off a little bit every once in a while. Joe McBride, good morning. How are you doing, brother? I'm telling you, 7. I mean, and I'm doubly blessed because my 8-year-old grandson just moved from Hawaii back to the United States. It's a long drive, but there is a road that leads from here to Tacoma. There wasn't a ride that led from here to anywhere on Okinawa. Oh man. I'll tell you what though, Sloppy, if I was gonna steal something, it certainly wouldn't be cards. And I probably wouldn't want to steal numismatic silver either. I'd rather have the bullion. But I'm kind of scared to be a thief. That I screw enough stuff up, I guarantee you. Something like that, I'd screw it up bad. Oh, I got you, Papa. It is fun watching my children deal with their children too. They're good parents, but they're beginning to realize how frustrating it is. But I think that's why I began to appreciate my mother more by the time my kids were teenagers than I ever did before they existed. Now, those are the cards that would bring the most money, that's for sure. But they're also going to, if you're selling them, it's going to bring the most attention. Well, where'd you get it from? Oh, I got it out of a pack of bubble gum 60 years ago, and I've just been sitting on it. Yeah. That, leaving a table is not a good idea if you've got even stuff that is of minor value. Man, I hate these pop-ups that come up on my computer all the time. I wish I could just make them go away. I mean, do they put sports cards in slabs like they do coins? I suspect they do, but I'm not into it, so I don't know. The last I'd ever seen, they put them into sleeves and loose leaf binders. But if I had, if you had one that was in a slab that you had stolen, and wouldn't the first thing you do is break it out of the slab? Because that's identifying exactly which one it is. And even the Honus Wagner cards, there's a few of them. I figured. But the last time I had any cards that I had that were mine, the calendars probably said 1966 or earlier. Although I do have one sports memorabilia thing. It's Wheaties box with the guy who pitched for the Tigers on it. They put his face on the box for a month. I don't know. Jack Morris, what, 25, 30 years ago? And I used to eat Wheaties back then. And so I actually kept one of the boxes. I know, Charles. Well, I find it hard to believe that silver can get that pricey. No, that Jack Morris is the guy that's had a split finger fastball that won the World Series for the Tigers, like back around the turn of the millennia. You're thinking of Mark Vidrich, the Birdman. He was fun, but that was back in '76 when he was his big year was in. I think he pitched for 4 or 5 more years after that. But Jack Morris, you met him. Where did he go to after he left Detroit? Did he go to New England somewhere where he was around you? But Fidrich, I mean, he pitched. He was on the Tigers for a total of 5 years, but he only had the one really good year, and mostly it was because he would sit there and talk to the ball on the mound, sit there and look at the ball and talk to it. I think he was a little schizo. But he died a young man. I think he was in his mid-30s when he died. But yeah, Morris still had something when he left Detroit. Well, Papa York, that's kind of the way it is with all of that collectible stuff. Oh, you got a nice collection, but you don't have the good stuff. So I don't really collect anything. I collect memories. Oh, cool. Yeah, the guys that are in the farm clubs, what was that before he came up to Detroit then, or was that after he was at Detroit, and was he kind of there as a teacher to the up and comers? I know a number of them. That's kind of the way their careers wind down. And I'm never a big baseball guy, but I do remember when he was pitching for Detroit, seeing a number of interviews about they talked about how wicked his split finger fastball was. Oh man, this is somebody want to come up? About the only stuff I know about is political, and I really don't want to get too political on here. Charles is, he sent me some pictures of some cool molds that I'll be getting from him relatively soon. So I'll have some new stuff to pour. Morning, Eric. I haven't heard anything new. You know, there was the stuff that Paul has said on Angel's channel yesterday morning. Ida called me on Saturday. I didn't talk to her for a total of 5. She called me, and within 5 minutes, she was falling asleep on the phone. I think the narcotics they're giving her are fairly strong. But she did tell me that she was up and walking, in her words, a lot. And she did say that she spending the day sitting in a chair, and that she is standing taller. But after a couple minutes, she definitely sounded very weak the whole time I talked to her. Almost like she was on the verge of crying. But she did say that she was improving all the time. So keep saying your prayers for her. And like Ellie Mae asked yesterday, if you've got 10 minutes to spare, send her a card, send her a letter. Um, it would be really nice for her to have physical things to hold on to. I have been sending her pictures of the baby every day so that she can get something to smile at. Um, exactly, Kane. I appreciate that. Well, and from what I've heard, mostly from Ellie Mae / Paula, was that the surgery was more extensive than they thought going in. So uh, appreciate it, all things silver, and Ida will appreciate it even more. Uh, JT, good morning, my friend. How are you doing? Oh man, I hate these pop-ups. I know you don't see them, but they get in the way of my chat every time they pop up. And some of them, especially the ones that, your computer's infected. We need to fix it. And it just, sometimes I have to go through 6 screens to get those things to go away. Why do they do that? If I wanted their programs, I'd buy them. I don't visit websites that infect my computer. The only thing I do on here is make and watch YouTube. Through the fog, JT, I'm finding my way through the fog. But, the wake and bake helps. What can I say? Uh, Eric, I absolutely believe that. They're just wanting to catch you. Licks, good morning. How are you today? Good to see you. It is 8 o'clock. So a few people might show up now. But I don't blame anybody that doesn't. My shows are a little bit more boring than other people's. I'm not quite as entertaining. I do much better. I do much better in a very short form, under a minute, where I can have a little script and go through it and bang, I'm done. Tom Larson, good morning, my neighbor. I think I might be coming over to TC before the end of the summer. My daughter and her husband are getting settled into their place out in Tacoma, and I think they might, by the end of the summer, want to come up out east for a long weekend. I'll let you know if I'm going to be when I'm going to be up there. Okay, don't leave us. Wow, we're up to 17 people. That's amazing. Did they have any good concerts up there this year? I didn't even look. They always have one or two that are pretty good. I've been to a couple of them up there. Saw Buddy Guy up there a few years ago. Seen Sheryl Crow up there. You guys, if you ever come into Michigan, 4th of July, around the 4th of July is great. Traverse City, where Tom lives, for like 10 days, they have concerts on the beach. It's a nice little venue. And not that little. I mean, they probably get, 10, 12,000 people in there. And then there's a carnival there. And the beaches on Lake Michigan are just fabulous. Ooh, somebody's sending up a bunch of love. I appreciate that. Don't know where it came from, but I saw all the hearts fly by. Somebody's learned a new trick that I don't know. I have not seen that before. Oh, it's nowhere, not 20K, maybe 10 to 12,000. Can you guys see all the hearts and smiley faces and 100s and all kinds of different stuff going flying up there? I don't know who's doing it, but I appreciate it. Kind of like what Siren does when she goes in. Yeah, it's big for being. I mean, it's literally set up on the beach, well, on the parking lot next to the beach, but the water's right there. You can almost throw a stone from the venue and hit the water. Yeah, I'm seeing them again. Maybe I'm hallucinating, Charles. That could happen. I'm almost as old as Joe Biden. I did put up a meme on my Facebook yesterday that a friend of mine put up, and so I copied it over. It is a picture of Mick Jagger running onto stage at one of his concerts this summer at the age of 80. And then it flipped to Jill walking Joe off of the stage at the debate. It's not the age of the number of age, it's the ability of the person. When my mom died at 93, she was more physically capable than Joe Biden is at 81. Maybe, Papa. But I mean, that's another thing. But he's that old and done epic amounts of drugs. I don't think he would deny that. And yet he's still out there putting on rock and roll shows. It doesn't take great genius to do that, but it does take some physical durability, I guess. Genetics has got a lot to do with it. It really does, Tom. And then how much we all poison ourselves to death. I am, after spending 25 years in the field of toxicology, I am absolutely convinced of that. We all poison ourselves to death. It's just at what rate? And there's a lot of it that, another pop up, there's a lot of it that we have no control over. Exactly, Sloppy, exactly. I know people that measure their Mountain Dews in the 2-liter bottles. I know people that measure their beer by the 12 pack. Whatever it is that you're obsessing on is doing some damage somewhere. But I guess we could probably start playing a little Dirty Minds. But if anybody wants to come up and help me count, that would be much appreciated. I do have, I'll show you, put it up here. I'm going to have to back this off just a little bit so I get some room to get in there. But I've got a dice thing on the phone for picking numbers. And then I can, this is the last card from last time, but I can bring the cards over and show you that. But that's how we'll get that stuff done. But if anybody would like to come up and help me count, I would appreciate it. And I got pad of paper and make sure the pen works. The pen works. All right, Charles. I vibrate to get your rocks off. You press me tightly against your belly. I do it so loudly everyone can hear. What am I? Sloppy, is that post broccoli? Okay. Well, we don't have a whole lot. I might have to change the range on that. But the answer is jackhammer. We'll see if it can work without me changing the range on it. But there we go. Our number is a 4. So I've got Tom Larson. Does everybody else agree? All righty. You eat me, even though I'm not completely hard. When you stick something in me, I jiggle. You have to get me wet and hot to make me. Pretty even split on this one. But does anybody have the right answer? I know. There you go, Eric. All right, well, it's not Ellie Mae. It's Jello. And we've got 4. Yeah. One. And so that's Papa. All right. I like the answer on this one. My opening can hold a whole cucumber. I'll start your day with a healthy grind. It's painful to stick your finger in too far. Come on, everybody, play. Yeah, like half of our people aren't playing. So this one is going to go to St. Jude's. All righty. Ein food processor food processor is probably the closest of all of them, but it's really still not quite correct. The more you play with me, the harder I get. I come in multicolor. You can twist me into a million positions. And this one is actually the answer to it surprises me. My friends, you're all a bunch of sheep. We have one correct answer, and I've got another pop up. So, ATS, it is Rubik's Cube. Although it is, Play-Doh is something that kind of worked in a way. So I can see why y'all thought, but some of these answers might be a little different than you might think. You stick your poles inside of me. You tie me down to get me up. I get wet before you do. Brown sugar, good morning, darling. You guys are so smart. Yes, it's tent. And that number 8. I do believe that is brown sugar. I do it in your mouth. I ask you to spit, not swallow. I can fill your cavity. Stoppy is in. Dentist is the answer. And the dice says 2. So that would be Eric. Nobody has 2 yet. I stick it in the right spot. You smile when you grab my rod. I shoot it in your face. Sloppy, that's very creative. I will say that much. And the stop is in. And selfie stick. And for chits and giggles, I will accept what Sloppy put in there. I think that is, it's accurate. Oh, smallest one I got is a 4-sided. And it keeps rolling 4s. Ah, there we go. There's a 2. So that would be Sloppy. Well, you might need a camera to actually get the picture, but we're going on to the next question. St. Jude's. Okay, well, we can do that. St. Jude's has 2. They're the first one with 2. I get paid to do it with boys and men. My pole stands out in front. I'll take care of your head. All righty. Y'all are so smart. It is barber. Barber shop is the same. Number 8. Is that all things silver? For his second? It's funny, there's 16 people in here. Only half of you are answering. Come on, guys, it's not that hard. I don't bite that hard. A finger goes in me. You fiddle with me when you're bored. The best man always has me first. It's a battle, Sloppy. Two people ran away when I told them that they needed to play. That's sad. Yeah. The answer on here is wedding ring, but I will accept just ring as well. And again, there's 8 people in there with answers, and they're all right. And number 4, that would be JT. Well, I was thinking maybe you might consider the jeweler as being the best man. But I get you, Papa. I do. Actually, I don't know who made this game. It's not Milton Bradley, I know that much. I rot out your hole. I get paid to play with my plunger. My name is in the sewer. Yes, it is, Sloppy. Best man was a clue for wedding ring. David Carlisle, good morning, my friend. Where are you? You're not here. I rot out your hole. I get paid to play with my plunger. My mind is in the sewer. And yes, the answer is plumber. See, we've got a few more this time, don't we? I'll do the 10 one. Number 7. Let's see. What we got on 7? I got All Things Silver for the win. Congratulations, ATS. Send me your address just to make sure that I have it. Oh, thank you, Charles. The Old Sniping Farmer, good morning. Did you win yesterday too? Cool. It's definitely your week. Time to go to the track and bet on some horses. That's it for that game for today. Oh, we're keeping the trivia tradition alive. And my trivia is more trivial than most. Eric, welcome back. The Old Sniping Farmer, good morning. So this is where I'm at a loss. I don't know how to keep this conversation going when I don't have anybody asking me questions or responding. So NSFW, that is going right over my head, JT. Is it a little hot down there, David? Oh, yep. It's not safe for work. It's not safe for a person with 2 brain cells and a synapses. Not that I can think of, Charles. You know, David, I don't even have air conditioning up here. It doesn't make any sense. There's only like 2, maybe 3 days a year where it's difficult to sleep for me, because it's hot and muggy. And I kind of like fresh air better than air conditioning air. Don't worry about it, JT. I do appreciate the feeling though. It At least when you're doing it at home, you've got your wife with you, so you can kind of play off of each other. Even my animals have abandoned me right now. Well, the dogs didn't. They're stuck out in the garage. I do not have AC, all things silver. If it's hot and miserable, I'll go sit in the lake. Yeah, I got that big beautiful lake is just 2 blocks down the road from me. And I've lived in this house for 9 years this month. So it's been actually for about 2 years before that, I lived in places that didn't have AC. I don't like it, Joe. I really don't. I prefer just central fresh air, lots of windows. JT, when I get it, I will definitely forward it to you. Not a problem, my friend. I'm not sure if I know I've gotten oh no, those are messages from Donald Trump. And I may actually have his address. I've got a whole bunch of addresses that I just, I have to go through the card. I got to go through my Rolodex. I can't afford a Rolex, so I got a Rolodex. You like the hot weather, Papa? I am not a fan of hot weather. I much prefer cold weather. Well, that'll be fun. Where are you at, Eric? Are you up in the Dakotas? And I went to Wall Drug out in South Dakota a few years ago. Oh, okay, Idaho. But I went to Wall Drug in South Dakota. I think they've got signs for Wall Drug all the way back into Idaho. but they've got a place inside of the store where you can go gold panning. It's kind of funny. And people actually pay to do it. JT, the Bush House in Kennebunkport. The only thing I've ever heard about Kennebunkport was when the Bushes used to go up there for their vacations. Cyclops, good morning. How you doing, buddy? JT, is it fun to visit your cousins and uncle up there? Or is it just a pain in the ass because of all of the security stuff? Oh, nice. Now, are you mostly getting gold dust, or are you getting some little nuggies, some little pickers? Around here, pretty much all we ever get is gold dust. Oh no, that's sad. Papa, you don't know how old the boy was, do you? That doesn't surprise me. That actually, the only thing that is interrupted is your cell phone service. That's probably not too bad. All things silver, I absolutely will. But all things silver, I think the Tizzos are wanting your address as well. So you might talk with JT right now and let him know if you want your prize from yesterday to go to St. Jude's as well. I know you've done that in the past. Bradley, good morning. Good to see you. But I definitely will do that for you. All right, good. We got that. I'm glad we got that all cleared up. And all things silver, thank you very much. Um, I mean, actually, that's it. That's a good segue into. I know Miss Ida is a little concerned about donations for St. Jude's. Maybe as we all send her get well cards and stuff like that to make her smile. It might be nice to send her a little bit of something that she can put in the auction. Just saying. Ain't twisting no arms. But the cattle prod is coming. All things silver, I couldn't agree more. Dude, it's not even 9 o'clock yet. So, Bradley, is it a 3 block of ice day or a 4 blocks of ice day? $107. I mean, and they say it's dry heat. You know, once it's hotter than your oven, it doesn't matter how dry it is. Go cook an egg on the sidewalk. Oh, looky here. Victoria, good morning, darling.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you and everybody else.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Spent the last half an hour fighting with my laptop.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yep, I would have been on here at least a half an hour ago. Hadn't used it in so long, the battery went dead, so I had to sign into everything and I couldn't remember my passwords.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I try to have one password for everything.
Well, my son's told me that for years, but every time I get almost all of them the same password, some reason or the other, they tell me I need to change it or I have to change it.
I've got one or two that won't. They want me to update it and they make me change it every 3 months.
Yeah.
And those are the ones I really, there's only one or two that are that way.
Yeah. I'm not sure which ones, but I just know a couple of them make me change it. And then, like, you know, there's been several times that the batteries went down in this little laptop, and to get signed back into my Google Chrome, which is what the laptop is, it really is a Google Chrome. And that's what I use on my desktop is Google Chrome. So to get back into all that, I have to have the same password on both of them. When the battery goes dead, then I have a hard time getting back in it. But I managed. I outsmarted it. Just took me a while.
Well, very good. Well, Goat Sniper Farmer, I know that is a fact, but I don't have that much stuff and I don't do any online banking. I don't have any of my financial stuffs anywhere that can get stolen from me online. So I don't worry about it too much. I mean, if somebody wants to get into my Facebook account and fuck around with things, it would be a pain in the ass, but you know what? It's not going to kill me. Roseanne, good morning, darling. How are you?
Good morning to everybody in chat.
We got more company. It's getting packed up in here. Ellie Mae, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Paula.
How are you?
Good morning, Victoria. What?
I said, how are you in the middle of the night today?
I'm okay. I got my first cup of coffee. Ida's going home tomorrow.
Really?
Oh, sweet.
Yes, she's supposed to go today and get her stitches out. And if everything goes good, she will be going home tomorrow.
I bet she's
blood pressure.
She sounded so much better. They have her. She's not on the narcotics anymore, so I could have a good conversation with her yesterday, and
When she called me on, it wasn't 5 minutes, and she was falling asleep on the
I
phone.
know, bless her heart. Yeah, they really she does not do well on those on pain medication. So, but yeah, she's pretty happy about that.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure she is thrilled.
Uh huh.
Oh, that brightens my day.
All those prayers work.
Yep. Yep. She said the staples are driving her nuts, but other than that, she's doing really good. So.
Well, if that's her biggest complaint. She's doing okay.
Exactly.
Steve, at twice your age, I'm still running out on stage at 80 years old.
What?
Cyclops teases me about being an old fart all the time.
Oh.
I posted a meme on my Facebook yesterday, which it's pretty funny, but it's Mick Jagger running out on stage from one of his very recent concerts, and he's 80 years old, 81 years old. And then it's followed up by Joe Biden walking off stage with Jill at the debate.
Not a good look. Not a good
Not
look.
a good look.
Mm-mm.
I mean, they're basically the same age. Joe Biden's like 1 year older.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see what all them drugs can do for you?
Right? You're right.
Yeah, I mean, and who's done more drugs, Joe Biden or Mick Jagger?
Well,
I'd
who's
probably
still
put
doing
my
more
bet on
drugs?
Mick
That's the
Jagger.
question. Who's still doing drugs? Oh my goodness gracious.
Maybe he needs some drugs.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm teasing.
Papa, that's probably true. It's just the drugs that Joe Biden does is more like adrenochrome.
Oh my gosh, that guy's lost it. So how are you, Victoria?
We won't have that discussion.
Okay. So
And
how are
she had a
you,
frustrating
Sterling?
morning.
What?
She had a frustrating morning, and she wanted to play Dirty Minds so bad.
Oh, I'm
I couldn't get my
sorry.
laptop to sign in. I
What?
let the battery go dead, and I couldn't get the password right on my laptop. And
Oh, I hate that.
fought with that for half an hour. Finally got it right.
Oh, I hate that. That's frustrating. Darn it.
So I missed a good part of the show.
Well, good thing for you, it's recorded.
That is true.
If anybody actually wants to hear me read those cards again, I feel very sorry for that person.
Good morning, Charles Brown Sugar.
But just FYI, you guys can
Really?
still send Ida those cards
Yes,
and
she'll still
flood
like to
her
do-
with some love.
Yep.
There you go, Ray. That's probably not too far from the truth.
Cyclops Roseanne, good morning. Jay Tizzle, good morning. And everybody else in chat, good morning.
I mean, we're all the way up to 26 people in here now. You guys attracted the crowd.
Nice.
Joe, good morning. That's a cute baby you've got on your thumbnail, Sterling.
Oh my gosh, she
Isn't
is
that
so
face just?
cute.
I love that look on her face. They sent me a whole series of them from. I mean, she's right there in her little rocker thing. But
Good morning.
the
Smegma.
faces on there, I mean, some of them are just hysterical. I bring them up on here and show them, but I can't figure out how to do that.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning. For those of you guys that just came in case you didn't hear, Ida's going home tomorrow.
Good
Plain
morning.
Chunky,
Plain
good
Chunky.
morning.
That was the best news we could hear all day.
I know.
Yes,
I'm
it
so
is.
happy for her. Coin
Oh, yeah.
Junkie, how's it going?
I know I've been missing her.
Oh, good. ATS. Thank you for that. Yeah, make sure if you guys are planning on sending her cards that, I mean, you can do it at any time. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go today and grab one. I should have done it sooner. But you know me, she'll be lucky if she gets it this year. Should get one.
I've got to go shopping today, so I will get something to send to her.
Yeah. Even if it's just put a Post-it in an envelope, but she doesn't care. It'll just thrill her to
Cyclops,
know
that's
that.
probably the most astute comment you've ever made.
Oh,
But then
no kidding. They sure are.
But then, I think he's got like a herd of grandchildren.
But then they move in with you and you can't never get rid of them. That's another story.
Well, I've got 9 grandkids and 1 great grandchild, and another one on the way.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, congratulations.
Yay.
Farm Dog, good morning.
Good morning,
Good
Farm
morning,
Dog.
Farm Dog. They're fun. They're fun.
Yeah, they are.
Sterling was asking his mom he's just turned 8 years old at the end of June. And he said, so when we go back east, can I play with my cousin Evie? He's not been around a whole lot of real young babies.
Yeah.
But this weekend, they met people in their neighborhood, and they met somebody with a 3-month-old. He got a good dose of being around a real young baby. So I think he's finally beginning to understand it'll be a couple of years before he'll actually be able to play with Evie at all. But that poor kid, that's the only cousin he has.
Well, just, 6 months or so, they get to where they giggle.
Yeah, true
So
that.
he can make silly faces and make noises and make her giggle. So
but at 8 years old, he wants to go out and play soccer and run around.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I mean, that's almost incomprehensible to me, is that 8 years old and he only has one cousin. His dad has 2 brothers, but neither one of them are married. And Jack is my only other child, so he's not going to have a lot of cousins.
King Friday.
And when I was growing up, I had like 27 cousins.
Yeah, people just don't have as many kids anymore as they used to. I used to have, growing up, I had a lot of cousins. We'd all go to Grandma's house and play football on Thanksgiving.
We all went on vacation together. I mean, seriously, when we went on vacation, it was a caravan.
Oh, yeah.
Crickets chirp.
They probably hear my fan, not crickets. Nice one.
Don't make me pull out my pickle.
I'll keep your pickle right where it belongs.
Oh my goodness.
That would be a good answer for some of those cards I read this morning.
What would?
A pickle.
A pickle. Eric just jumped as my
Yeah.
screaming goat.
He
Have a
thought
yodeling
somebody
pickle.
was talking you.
My pickle yodels.
Make it yodel.
You want to hear my yodel? Want to hear it yodel? Okay. I don't. You can't turn it off.
Now you're stuck all day with it on.
I love that thing. Doesn't have an off button though. I wish it did.
Just have to take the battery out of it.
Well, yeah, but it's one of those tiny little batteries, so you have to unscrew
Oh.
this little door and.
So that just makes you have to let it go through the whole spiel.
You do. You have to let it do its whole yodel. Oh my gosh, Ray, stop it.
Ray just said what everybody was thinking.
My mother-in-law could yodel really well. We got her to do it at the nursing home, so probably half the people in there was not happy with us, but we enjoyed it.
I like
You know,
this
Tom,
one.
we were all upset and having a long conversation about how rudely it was that you left.
Right?
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Tom.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Cyclops. 1 to 22.
Well,
Yeah, I usually say something really rude before I leave.
I try to say bye, but once in a while I just disappear. And then I always think that's rude, just disappearing, but can't help it.
I have a friend that lives up here. I've known Stevie since I was 5 years old. And since I was 5 years old, wherever we're at, when he decides to leave, he just leaves. He never tells anybody. It's like, you know, be maybe at somebody's house, there might be 10 people over there. And all of a sudden, you know, it's, well, what happened to Stevie? I don't know. He just left.
Doesn't like to say goodbye.
He does not like to say goodbye.
You know what that picture of that baby reminds me of, Sterling?
But
You
what
know
did you
how
do?
when babies will fall asleep and then, you know, newborns, and then their eyes will just be like part way open and they like they'll roll them and they'll like make all these weird faces. That's what it looks like.
Oh, they sent me a whole series of pictures of her in that chair and the faces on them. I mean, there's a couple of them that look like she's really angry. That one just looks, it's like, what are you doing? Or, you know, who are you talking about?
I saw a clip yesterday of a baby sound asleep, just hysterically cracking up, laughing like just. It was so funny. I've never seen that. I've seen them, you know, do a little giggle here or cry or whatever in their sleep, but this baby was belly laughing. It was so funny.
You know, it was a very well loved baby then.
Oh yeah, it was.
My mom used to always say that. What do babies dream about?
Heaven. They dream about heaven.
Yep.
If you want to know what heaven's going to be like, watch a baby when they're dreaming.
I think they dream more about nipples.
Possibly. Possibly.
Baby bottles.
Well, they do have nipples too.
Yeah. Food. Feed me.
And then when they're crying in their sleep, it's because they're dreaming of when they had to leave heaven to come down to this crap hole.
Rat hole.
Thank you, Sterling.
Well, you know, if we didn't have this experience, you wouldn't appreciate heaven.
That's right. I think you'd still appreciate it, but not, yeah. It's
I mean,
life is what you make of it.
You appreciate the mountaintops after you've been in the valley for a while.
That's right. Keep your eye on the prize. Life's what you make of it. I guess. I don't know.
Well, Steve, I know about what nipples you dream about too. You've told me enough times. Just because Dolly lives in the same state as you.
I bet hers are like dinner plates.
Sausage nipples.
Sausage nipples.
And a platter areola.
All things silvery dreams about a gentle touch.
Mm-hmm.
Dolly.
I love her too. I just think she's cute as a button.
For 80 years old, she is. A lot of plastic work on her.
That's all right. If I had that money, I'd be plastic too. I do not plan on growing old gracefully.
Oh, you can
That
fall
is
down
not
as
in
much
my
as you want.
plans.
That's fine. You
Huh?
know, fall off. You can fall off your bicycle, trip over the crack in the sidewalk. You don't have to be graceful.
No, I don't plan on it.
So this is kind of an
Well,
interesting
I'll be
story.
happy just to grow old.
That's right. And keep your mind right.
That's right.
Not like mine that's shrinking, apparently.
Is your hat size getting smaller?
Oh my gosh. What is that about? I have mild diffuse cerebral whatever
Degeneration.
shrinkage. I don't know what they called it. Here, I'll go read it. Oh, yeah, that's not something you want to read. It makes a lot of sense, but it answers a lot of questions.
Michelle told me an interesting story about her orientation at this new fort that she's working at in Tacoma. Evidently, Eisenhower was the commander there at some point.
Huh.
And there is a crack in the sidewalk that has been there for 80 odd years that they will not fix because Eisenhower tripped over it.
Well, here's a little ditty. Eisenhower was
does
a
that sound like
commander.
a bunch of BS or what?
Eisenhower was a commander of a lot of places.
Well, he was the supreme commander in the.
He might have been the commander in chief.
But before any of that happened, he was commander at this fort out in Tacoma. And there's a story that he tripped over this crack in the sidewalk and they won't fix the crack in the sidewalk because he supposedly tripped on it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, he couldn't walk anyway, could he?
Now that's a good excuse.
Isn't
I'm going to
it-
use that
isn't
next time I
stupid?
have I
I
don't
mean,
feel
that's
like
the
putting my
dumbest thing I've
laundry
ever
away.
heard.
I'm going to use that excuse next time I don't want to put my laundry away.
There you go. I mean, it's
Ay,
a
ay,
crack in the
ay.
sidewalk. It's not like it did him any damage. He went on to win the war in Europe and became president after that.
Oh my gosh. That's like going into a porta potty or something and, not wanting to clean it because
Because
I
Elvis
might
peed in
have
it.
took crap in here. Easter Bunny.
But they
So-
actually told her that story at orientation.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
So is that telling everybody at orientation that they can go out there and trip on it and then they've got a lawsuit?
That's right. That's funny. Mind size matters. I don't know, David Carlisle. I don't know. Look, it just
Got to paint around it bright red.
right. They should or put
Yeah.
like Ike tripped here.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
an
Put
arrow.
one of those little placards there.
Yeah, Ike tripped
Yep.
here with an arrow.
Okay, David, if you just finished your Easter bunny, what was the last piece you had? Was it an ear or the butt? Are you an ear or a butt?
Toes.
Oh, the ear's the first thing you eat.
Yeah, you eat the toes last.
I eat the butt first.
What, Sterling? He's the butt man. The butt. Was it a solid one or a hollow one? Must have been solid.
Go glue an Ike on the ground beside it.
I was going to say that too, ATS. I was thinking that would be funny. Watch how many, and then like sit there with your camera and watch how many people try to pick it up.
Somebody will get out there with a chisel and they'll get it up.
Somebody would.
Yep.
The sidewalk's broke anyway. Difference.
But that does say that David Carlisle is not a chocophile.
That's true, Ringmaster Ray. They'll never get rid of those airplane stairs. Oh my gosh.
It's a lot of chocolate, Dave.
Yeah, but he's been eating it since Easter.
Yeah.
Easter chocolate.
I mean, that's about having one M&M a day or something.
I need to go grab some more coffee. Don't everybody talk at once.
Yeah. Bring me a cup.
Okay.
I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to shut this down a little early. I changed my chiropractor appointment from 9:00 this morning so that I could do this for Angel, but I got to be there at 10:30 and it's a half an hour drive. So I am going to shut this down a little bit early today. But I
What
gave,
time is it? Where
what time
you're
is
at?
it?
Yeah. Right now.
It's 9:18 right now.
Oh, okay.
But
So
another
you're
20 minutes or so.
over me.
Okay.
I'm at 8:18.
Well, it's still the middle of the night out there
I'm
where
at
Ellie Mae is.
6:18. 10-pound Hershey bar. Oh, yum. How many stamps do you need? A card? You should just need one.
Yeah, just one.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it
Yeah,
doesn't have
unless you're
any
putting
in
a
it,
couple of
but
ounces
hard.
of silver in it.
Yeah, you should just need one. We had a fun show last night. Victoria was there.
Yeah, I was there.
Did you have some cool stuff to show off?
No, we didn't. So summer's always kind of slow, and which is nice because it gives us a little bit of a reprieve from the
Summer's
email.
a nice girl. Don't call her slow.
But we just didn't have anything, maybe two things we could have shown. So we're just kind of saving it for hopefully next week's show. We get enough in for next week's show. But so we just chatted with everybody and talked about stuff and answered questions and it was fun. That's always my favorite thing to do, when we can just kind of interact with the chat and answer questions.
Steve, you get a good sleep, buddy.
I should share my good news here. I think everybody here has probably heard it, Eric. That's like all I talk about.
I want to hear it.
You've heard it about me being the Oregon state rep for Conecuh. State representative. I'm excited about that. I have not a clue what I'm doing though, so I need to get a hold of James and find out what's going on. I know they're going to send me some wooden nickels to pass out and whatever. I don't know.
Now I know it's got something to do with coins, but what is Conecuh?
It does. So Conecuh is the Combined Organization of Numismatic Error Collectors of America. I think that's what it stands for. I probably should memorize that.
Huh? No, you should memorize the acronym.
I know. Hang on. It might be association.
I guarantee you were in the military. I know you know what snafu means.
It's a combined. Yeah, it is America. Combined Organization Numismatic Error Collectors of America. That's what I said. So, for some reason I want to change the America to an association. Combined Organization Numismatic Error Collectors of America. So it's basically for people that are interested, for people that collect errors and varieties. It's a huge club. It started out a long time ago, and it was two different clubs. It was Cone and NECA. And then they combined, becoming Conecuh. And when let's say somebody has a new discovery, right? They found a new double die. Well, that's who we send them to, for the most part, to get it attributed.
So they're kind of writing the definitions of varieties and errors.
Well, not really writing. They're not writing the definitions for errors and varieties. Was written a long time ago. If you get something brand new that it has never been before, would that not get a new definition? No, it will have it there. You won't find a new. Well, I suppose you could. We did have somebody who found it wasn't really a new error type. It was just kind of a new error combination. There's only so many things that can happen during the minting process, and
they've all happened at one time.
And they've all happened, yeah. But they can't. So they do examinations, coin examinations, and attributions, and they go around to different coin shows, and they examine coins for people, and they have a publication called Error Scope. And it's just a big organization. It's been around for a long time. Yeah, it's a great club. And each state, the idea is that each state is supposed to have its own representative. Now, there are states that don't have representatives yet because it's a volunteer position, much like a lot of these positions are for these organizations. Even the elected positions are volunteer positions, but the goal is to get every state represented and every error and variety collector to join. That's the goal. So, but it's going to be
Sterling
fun.
doesn't really do the error and variety, do you, Sterling?
What's that?
You don't really do error and variety. You just
he doesn't.
Not at all. No.
Yeah.
I don't even do numismatic.
There is Farm Dog.
I know I have coins that have numismatic value, but that's not why I have those coins.
Right.
Yeah. If you go to their website, it's conecaonline.org, CONECA online.org. You can look up the list of the state representatives. I don't think he's added me yet, and it's very hard to get the person that's in charge of the online web page to
They're a volunteer
to update it. They are a volunteer. They are volunteers. So it's much like our website, the LiveCoin Q&As hasn't been updated since we first put it up there. Yay. That's Shay's fault. Hashtag blame Shay. You had one job.
My job is to procrastinate.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm good at it.
But I'll have an opportunity to go around to schools, to go around to different clubs, different shows, and do presentations. And yeah, so hopefully attend Errorama next year.
Good time to get into the school would be like on career days and stuff.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking much more forward to doing the schools than anything else, I think.
Good morning, AZ Coins.
Good morning, AZ. Especially the elementary schools, because you show young kids like an Ike or any of those older coins, and they just think they're cool as heck.
I went through a training program through Park Davis when I was working with them. Got updated, but I went to career days at schools all over the Detroit metro area and taught kids about toxicology. And they had a blast with it. But I know I've showed you guys like my skeletons before. Take those and show those to kids and pass them around and they would be just absolutely fascinated. But I could go in there and give them a 20-minute, half-hour presentation. And a week later, I'd get a dozen letters in the mail, kids asking questions and stuff.
Oh, fun. Well, I'm all about getting the young ones involved in the hobby and stuff because they're the ones, we need them. We need them in this hobby. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
But I think anything, if you offer something new to kids, that's going to make them think, they're going to jump on it.
Yeah. Well, what's really fun about errors especially is, so I have an entire box. I brought them to the Tulsa Coin Show. I had a few of them out on the table, but I have an entire medium flat rate box full of photographs that were JT Stanton's. And if you don't know who he is one of the original founders of the Cherry Pickers Guide. It's and when you see a variety that has an FS number, that's Viva Stanton. So I have a whole box of photos of coins that were his at one point, and there are some amazing coins in there.
Why are those books, the Cherry Pickers Guide, so expensive?
So the older ones, because they didn't ever do reprints on them, Like it was like one run and done.
Yeah.
Now they are going to be reprinting volume 1 of volume 1 and volume 2, I believe, of the 6th edition. So which volume 1 of the 6th edition, which is the latest one, is the one that's been really expensive, right? Like $300 or whatever people have been paying for it. So a lot of people are going to be not happy that they paid that kind of money for it, because they're reprinting them. In fact, I think you can go. I believe it was Whitman's website where I put in my pre-order for a few of those. But so if you need the volume 1, because each volume is like, so they're separated into denominations. So like volume 1 is cents through nickels, I believe. Volume 2 is dimes through quarters. Volume 3 is going to be quarters through gold dollars, I think, or halves through gold dollars. But
Yeah, that's what I want to get into, collecting errors in gold coins.
right, sure you do. You just want
I'd like to have the money to be able to do that.
Well, so here's the thing. Those are called the white elephants when the actual coin is worth more than the error itself, and the error adds no value to the coin. Yeah, so there's no point. And people who collect those gold coins, most of them want them free of any errors. They want them as pristine as can be. But
I don't really care.
Yeah. I mean, when the value of a coin is so high that the error makes no difference. Too bad. I know. Yeah, I feel bad for the people that paid that much for those cherry pickers guides. I really do.
Yeah, I looked for well, it's been a while back now, but when I saw the prices on some of them, I was like, yep, not for me.
Well, if you look now, the prices have substantially gone down. But yeah, maybe Amazon too. You're right, Eric. You might be able to pre-order them on Amazon. Yeah.
So are the original editions on those books, are they old enough that the bindings might have been a different type of binding than what they would make nowadays, to keep them some kind of way of distinguishing reprints from the originals or something?
So no, the 6th edition is not old enough that it would make any difference. They have, let's see, let me go check. I think they were all spiral bound, I believe.
If they're spiral bound, it's inconsequential, totally.
Yeah, I think they were all spiral bound. I'm not sure. Maybe not the first edition, first and second edition. I'm not sure. Volume 1 is $80 on eBay. Yeah, it's come down substantially. It used to, before they announced the reprint, those things were going for $300-$400. It was crazy.
You know, when I first bought that $50 from you, Seated Liberty, I went, because, I went online because, he showed us how to go online and find the book online.
Yeah.
Ken did.
Yeah.
But then I decided, I wanted to buy the book, an actual paper in your hand book.
Yeah, because you can buy digital downloads. I know, crazy.
That complete guide to Liberty Seated $50 was between $750 and $800.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And there was no way I was going to do that. So I didn't buy it.
There are books.
Pardon?
are books that are really expensive.
Yeah, that one was one. When I took that coin over to my local coin dealer, and he's the one that actually did send it in and get it graded for me. He went in his back room and come out with one. I
Yeah.
about fell over. I was like, "You've got that book? Oh my God!" But he had
Yeah.
one.
I tell people all the time some of the books I have are worth more than most of the coins I own.
That one right there was, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy. Books they can be, but I like to try to collect the books that are signed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm big into getting the signed
Does it matter
copy.
who signs them?
Well, yeah, I mean it doesn't matter who they sign.
I'll sign and sell to you.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, no, the signed by the author. It doesn't matter who they signed it to. I don't care about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because some of them are dead, so they couldn't sign it to me. Many of them are. You want the one I have hoarded. Which one, Eric? I have hoarded. My latest, well, so Joe gave me a gift. He gave me a book that I was on my bucket list. That was amazing. And then before that, I finally picked myself up a copy of Gene Cohen's book. That's an expensive book. If you can get them for good prices, you just have to wait and keep an eye and look around. But those Gene Cohen books are, $500-$600 sometimes too. They're
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to pay that much for a book. I'm just not going to do it.
No, I look around. Adam. So we got this hookup of this person that was, I don't know if he had passed away and the family was selling his stuff or what, but anyway, it was an estate sale and they had all these numismatic books and they had a list of all the books. And one of them was Chuck Daughtry's Looking Through Lincoln Cents. That book is expensive too and hard to get a hold of. I think Chuck said he only made 1,500 copies or something like that, but the guy had one for $5. Don't ask me why I didn't buy it myself. I don't know. I said I let the people on the panel know, hey guys, if you want a copy of this, here, go buy it. I don't know why I didn't buy it for myself. So Adam has a practically brand new copy of that book that he got for $5. Oh, nice. I have that too, but I don't think mine is signed. In fact, I brought it to Tulsa with me. I usually take that when I go to shows. I know. Oh, my draft copy. I do. I have an editor's copy of the 4th edition Cherry Pickers Guide that it was Ken Potter's. And because he was the editor on the Cherry Pickers Guide for years.
So what you've got is got all the notes and stuff in it?
Yes. It's a big, like, it's the size of a small coffee table. But and so he signed that and sent that to me. That was amazing. And by the way, a lot of the pictures in the latest volume of the Cherry Pickers Guide are from him, and he got no credit. I'm a little bitter about that. His name was not mentioned one time in the latest Cherry Pickers Guide.
Why not?
I don't know.
Huh.
But
Somebody didn't want to share their publicity.
Well, I think they might have gave him credit somewhere in it, but not for the photographs and stuff. I don't know, but yeah, it's pretty shitty. But and the thing is the reason that this latest cherry pickers guide was not the best. I'll be nice and just say not the best. There were a lot of mistakes in it.
Mm.
Well, there were a lot of mistakes in in volume 1.
Good morning, Papa.
Edition, but they had too many cooks in the kitchen. There were too many people involved. The more people you get involved in something like that, the more mistakes there's going to be. You would think it would be the opposite, but it's not.
Good morning, Silver Bits.
That is my son.
Oh,
nice.
Good morning, Sterling's son.
So that's his little girl that you see in that picture and that.
Oh,
On the front
congratulations. She's precious. Congratulations. Grandpa's pretty proud of that baby.
Oh, yes, I am. But I do have to close this down here because I've got to go to my chiropractor appointment.
All right, everybody have a great week.
Everybody have a blessed week.
If you don't have Ida's address, get a hold of me or Sterling, or there's, just ask around because lots of people have her address, and shoot her a card, you guys, if you can.
Hey, Jack.
Okay. I'll get on that today.
I know you're off today, but if you walk down to downtown, pick up a get well card and send it to Miss Ida. She is going to be released from the assisted care tomorrow, but she's gone through hell with her surgery, and I think she'd love to hear from you. But at any rate, everybody, thanks for coming up. Love y'all. Have a blessed day. And
love you, Paula. Love you,
Sterling. We're back at Angels tomorrow. Okay?
Okay. All right.
See y'all at 8:00 tomorrow morning.
All righty. Have a good day.
Bye now.